Hey, this is Adam Newman. I just wanted to let everyone know in the wrestling podcast community that I am Rebecca Curtis Perry's #1 sponsor and fan until Jesus returns. Her she goes by Fantasy. And I am her #1 sponsor and fan till Jesus returns. I'm going to let the whole world know and everything else. You can talk about me on your podcast. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much because I love her to death. I mean to death. Thank you.
You so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
Welcome back, everybody, to Just Pro Wrestling, episode 241. Buzzbomb.
Yeah. Juice. Whoa. Here's your Bodie, shredding in the motherfucking house, ready to rock your worlds again. Hey, I just want to give you guys a little quick PSA, public service announcement. That's
again. What that stands for.
I thought it stood for pretty surly anarchist.
Penis size assessment. That's what I thought it stood for.
I think it does. I think it really
shows what I know.
Hey, our new voicemail. I encourage you all to call, to leave a fucking obscene message, to leave a lewd message, to sing a message of praise to the three juiciest men in all of professional wrestling podcasting. 1-847-859-9287. That's 1-847-859-9287 as my glasses fog because it's getting fucking steamy in here. We're about to get into
you ripped one, didn't you?
Fucking content.
Yeah. Leave a message or you'll get canceled. That's just what fucking happens.
Please do.
So anyways.
Yes, yell at us. Berate us.
I also want to remind you guys to buy your tickets right now. XPW Theater of Brutality. Got some more information as far as bands and talent coming very, very soon, probably within the next week or so, I would say. October 20th and 21st, Gary, Indiana. XPWChicago1.eventbrite.com and XPWChicago2.eventbrite.com minus the fucking part. But anyways, get your guys'
Scary Gary.
Shit's going to be awesome.
AKA Miller.
Hell yeah. And speaking of XPW Deathmatch, let's just tear into something real quick. I'll give a shout out.
Let's do it.
To Jerry and the boys in fucking Elbow Deep, man, ripping it up at, what was that? The King of the Kill.
Yeah, King of the Kill.
King of the fucking Kill.
I saw some of the highlights.
Yeah, dude. These guys beating the fuck out of each other. Jerry's taking light tubes and shit.
They get nuts, man.
He's like, I'm the worst bandmates ever.
At FTA that one year, he was stapling dollar bills to his ball bag.
Oh, yeah.
Guy's nuts, man. Guy's nuts. I told him, I was like, dude, you should get into XPW or some shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's thought about it. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do, but he should do it.
And he probably like thought about the pay and he's like, nah, fuck it.
Maybe. I do enough on stage.
Awkward silence. I don't know. Hey, the unofficial official beer of this fucking, I don't know. I took the label off, because we don't want to get sued. Yuengling Oktoberfest is out finally
I don't
for us
care.
up in the Midwest.
Of course. The banquet beer sponsor.
That's the official. That's the official beer of Juice Pro Wrestling. Ask Steve Tortorello of Warrior Wrestling if you don't fucking believe me, dude. It's all about that Coors Original. It's Stratton sips on his. What are you drinking this week, Stratton? Some cognac? Give you a little mush mouth?
No, some kind of bourbon I found in my house. It's
bourbon.
It's
should have said Hypnotic out of believe you.
It's got like a rubbing alcohol finish.
Oh, it's delicious. As he starts drooling.
Ugh. This is actually what it looks like when I cry too. If any of you guys ever happen to
sounds about right.
Cry, you'll be like, oh, he does look like that.
Looks like a baby back bitch.
Anyways, in about 60 seconds, I'm not going to shut the fuck up.
All right, let's move on. Let's get on with some fucking shit. Hey, there's some releases going on. Bodie,
there's gonna be a release.
Yeah, sweet release. One that I literally just came across tonight. Lacey Evans. Yep. She was granted her release. Did she ask for it? You got any scoop behind that?
As far as I saw that was reported. She just got released by WWE. Just that she didn't ask for it or anything like that. She just WWE was like, "Hey, we don't use you. Be gone."
Yeah, you know, we tried to make him look like fucking Sergeant Slaughter and piss him off and use his Cobra Clutch and all his moves. You know, you can only do it so many times.
Well, they wasted it. They never booked her. I think she could have been something. I think she could have been main event level from what I've seen. But who knows? You know, whatever going on. Maybe she had a bad attitude or something. I don't know. I think
her politics were also
either
fucking,
way
not up to their liking. Yeah,
Don't want to talk about politics.
Yeah.
What up, Max? Trying to get you on this show too, Max Cavalera. If you're out there listening, come.
Biotech. Biotech.
He's Godzilla.
He's Godzilla.
Hell yeah, Sepultura. Love them guys.
I like Sepultura.
The old shit.
But yeah, dude, I forget what she's going by now. What is it, like Macy? Her real name, whatever it is.
Macy Estrella or something like that.
Yeah, Estrella. Yeah,
Estrella. So she'll be one of those girls that'll turn up and fucking
Estrella,
Impact,
you hillbillies.
Australia. It's
Estrada.
Macy, Australia. So I thought that was a tad bit of interesting news coming out today.
Yeah.
Another storyline that we think is storyline. Jey Uso quitting WWE on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
WWE trying to work all the smart marks by moving him to the alumni
They're
section.
working him.
But I read that his contract does expire in September. And how awesome would that be? Because you know they would take his ass back if he just left or even got permission.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
To go work fucking all in at Wembley. Somehow, some way, WWE is still the biggest part of the biggest wrestling show ever, you know? That would be fucking awesome.
Of course. It would. I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not. That said his no compete clause ends 5 days before All In. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. But
I don't know either.
Really
if it is true.
Speculation. I'm enjoying this shit.
Yeah, because he's got still, we know the story with Stratton.
They were talking about having him versus his brother at WrestleMania.
What's that? Ooh. Feud with Jimmy at Mania?
They were talking about him versus, him and Jimmy at Mania. But then this comes out, and it's I don't know. I can see that it would be a story, kind of like dangling the carrot, which is fine. That would be awesome if he did leave and he popped up somewhere else.
And then he came right back.
And he went singles.
I'm thinking of another guy with a shitty neck tattoo that did that. Yeah.
Yeah. something, Jey Uso.
There you go.
Writes themselves, folks.
Hell yeah. That'd be awesome if you fucking turned up. Speaking of turning up, here we are. We told you we were going to talk about it last week. Mm-hmm. RVD came and went in AEW. I want to know your thoughts on the match, man, because I thought it was pretty fucking killer.
I agree. Total badassery, dude, on RVD's part. He's gonna still do the Rolling Thunder. Kind of slipped on the little split leg and moonsault, but I'm gonna forgive him for that because he's RVD. Yeah. But because he also did the ring apron spinning leg drop onto the guard, which was fucking impressive. It looked, I was gonna say that was devastating looking too, and Jungle Boy felt like a pile of pricks.
Yes, he did. Dude, Jungle Boy wearing the Jerry Lynn inspired gear.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that. And then hearing RV come out to walk like it was circa 1996, 97, I'm like, oh, boing.
Yeah. The only bitch and gripe I have about that match was no pyro, not even smoke for RV.
No, I know, right?
We want that smoke. At least like a That would have been dope.
Some puffs coming out from the back by the locker room like he was chiefing down the hallway. That'd have been dope.
I think I watched that match actually this morning. And for a dude...
You're the man.
For 52, 53, I think he is.
For a 52, 53-year-old man who's obviously in really good shape. So in that age, you can still throw down if you're still in shape. He's in fantastic shape. But for a dude that's at that age, on that stage to be like with possible nerves, who doesn't wrestle regularly, that's the big deal. Like that's to me the biggest thing is the ring rust of anything else. You could be young, you could be whatever. I mean, fucking Jungle Boy's been wrestling almost every single week, and there's times when you could see his like, it's not ring rust. It's just he's too green still.
Yeah.
And God damn, RVD. I don't have any context. I didn't watch him back in the day. But for people with nostalgia, people that used to love him, all that, dude, you wrestler fans that would have anything to complain about during the match, suck a dick. It was awesome to see him out there. It was like, and if you really watched him in
let him know,
parts,
Strenton.
Dude, he could still fucking go and go amazingly.
Yeah, I love all his statements on Twitter and shit afterwards, because he's just putting everybody in their place. He's like, all the shitty wrestling fans out there.
He is.
He's like, I wonder if they'd be eat shit if they knew that WWE gave him permission to go fucking do that
and said I could do this.
Yeah, like
right.
Awesome.
I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that they probably like for sure. Yeah, exactly.
Why not? You
awesome.
know, I mean,
fuck
dude,
y'all who didn't think he could still go.
Yeah, dude, that's what I fucking love, dude. Everybody can eat shit on that because, dude, you're talking about one of, I've said a million times on this show, and when it's all said and done, if people were to ask me, like, right fucking now in this day and age, who's my favorite wrestler of all time? Growing up, Hogan got me into the fucking game, but RVD has got to be my one or two right now, because you look at what that guy did, just his whole personality, everything is all about. I mean, dude, he reminded me of, obviously, and everybody, it's where he kind of got the fucking name, Jean-Claude Van Damme, the martial arts move set, the flexibility, the toughness,
dude. The Guile from Street Fighter.
Yeah, the innovation, though, it's like him and Sabu.
Kick-ass soundtrack, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I'll say it till I go to the grave. Him and Sabu are probably two of the most underrated motherfuckers of the modern, the last 20, 30 years. Definitely probably the most too influential if you throw Rey Mysterio in there too. But God damn, half of that roster on AEW to me doesn't exist without RVD and Sabu. And
bingo.
Shit, man. It was so fucking great.
It was great to watch. I loved, and Jungle Boy, he was with them every step of the way. I think he sold his ass off. He looked good. RVD took a couple bumps for him, and the match was just really well planned out and laid out. And damn, dude, I had chills watching because RVD was just kicking a lot of ass, dude.
Yeah, and RVD's just
the way it ended was good.
Cheated, man. Whatever.
Right? Whatever. You're like, man, fuck that.
But like we've said a million times,
I'm gonna go back to Katie Forbes in the hot tub and
right.
lay on my money.
Right? Hey, the low blow
and smoke this goober.
Wins. Nice punch to the nuts. Nice, or as Taz would say, nice kick to the yam bag.
Yeah, right to the yam bags. That's worth a deuce.
Yes, it is. But hopefully we'll get to see him down the road. I mean, I doubt it, but it's wrestling, so never say never. WWE doesn't need him till Mania. Let him go to All In and fucking do something. Be a surprise.
Mania. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Mania.
What do you think? Speaking of All In, what do you think about MJF and Adam Cole better than you, Bebe, on the what do they call it? The 0 hour for the
pre-show?
ROH tag
0 hour pre-show against Aussie.
Yeah, is it too much, or do you see how this story plays out in the main event? Because I would think we're gonna get the payoff in the main event.
Yeah,
one of those two is gonna fucking turn heel. I'm leaning towards Cole. The way I'm seeing it play out is they have that match. Something happens to where one of them cost the team the fucking tag titles, and then they use that as the excuse for why I turned on you or something in the main. I don't know.
Could be. I think it's going to be something like that. I think it's interesting. It's on the 0 hour, and I think it's interesting that they're doing double duty that night. But
it's
for
really
the
weird.
Story, I see it playing out to the story if it's done right. I think you could have gotten there without this match. I think you could have done this match on like Collision or Dynamite and had the same effect. But that's just me. Leave a couple other spots open for some other people who aren't on the pape. But anyways, I digress.
I have the utmost respect.
Anyways,
So I have the utmost respect for both of you gentlemen on all things outside of this podcast and inside. But as far as MJF is concerned, you guys are both fucking stupid idiots because he could suck a dick. He's going to turn heel because he already is a heel because fuck MJF. That's all I'll say about that.
Very abrasive. Very abrasive.
I think the Kingdom might get involved and maybe make it look like somebody cost, but it could have been a whole plan from Cole all along. There's so many different directions they could go. Who knows where they're going to go? I'm just going to sit back and watch.
Fun. Sure as hell does. Speaking of things being fun, I mean, the card for All In itself, while there is some good matches, we still have some stuff that's going to be announced this week and whatnot. To me, I would think that it would have been built a little bit better considering the magnitude of the show, right? Like,
right.
You know, you got what is it, AR Fox and Swerve Strickland versus Sting and Darby Allin. Okay.
Coffin match
should be cool. I'll take that. Of course, you know, because Tony's got to fucking throw, like, their women's booking is just such, it's so fucking weird to me, you know.
There's room for improvement.
It's so much room. Like, we don't know what to do, so we're just going to throw a 4-way so we can get as many people on there as we can. But looking on the positive side, I do get that, because why would you not want to try to feature as many women as you can, you know?
Right.
But
that's going to be interesting.
FTR and the Bucks. I'm looking forward to that. The third match.
3.
But other than that, I don't know really what else they've announced yet. To me, it just seems, and they've passed 80,000 tickets in sales. We still have a couple more weeks to go. I think I read that there's only 700 more tickets to be sold before they beat the Mania 32 record as far as paid attendance. And I'm not talking about the people that fucking work there. You know how the E inflates the numbers. Everybody in the building, you know, the manager of the venue, the guy selling the hot dogs, that's, you know, paid attendance figures. No.
Yeah, what about that prick? Count him too. Yeah. Is he in uniform? Get him a uniform.
But out of curiosity, what do you think about that card, man? Because it just seems a little, other than some really bangers on there, it's a little underwhelming, man, for something as big as.
When is it?
Yeah. It's like in 2 weeks, on end of August 29th, I believe, 30th, something like that.
Yeah, and then like a week later, you got All Out.
All Out, yeah. And Justin, I agree with you. It is a little thin right now, and like there should be a lot more build up to other things. There is rumors of the BC Gold versus sort of the Elite, Coda, Omega, and someone else. That would be interesting. I don't know. I think there's still a lot of room for other talent. Hobbs is going to be wrestling. Miro at All Out is what I saw, but then I saw it was going to be at All In, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that would be, I like, you know, a good Haas fucking match like that, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that, but I'm kind of torn because I think they're both guys that need to, you know, they both need to go over in some capacity. You know, they're fighting each other. Like, Hobbs is young on the fucking rise. Miro not so young, but still, I would say in his prime, and you haven't seen him for a while, and just give him something meaningful to do, you know, like I just don't want to see this opportunity wasted again. That's what I worry about, you know, especially after Hobbs's fucking lackluster TNT title reign.
Yeah. And there's so much talent that deserves to be on this card. I mean, Wardlow, but he's got nothing going on. I would throw like all the titles on the line if I was Tony Khan. TBS title. Let's get a trios title, House of Black match, open challenge. You know, every title, put it on the line. Maybe even an ROH title or two. Just Eddie Kingston, I would have thrown him on here somewhere. You know, there's just so many people that you can throw on here.
Yeah.
But the build-up, you need the build-up, you need the stories. And they're just kind of popping up right now. Some of them have an underlining thread that's been going on, but yeah.
So I had a question about Collision.
Kick it into full gear.
Collision's in like
pun intended.
5 or 6 weeks now. I don't know if it's been 6 weeks, so 6 episodes. And one of the things you guys were wondering about is if the talent that didn't get, like, for example, Miro and other people, the talent that wasn't on the other shows that kind of slipped through the cracks, sort of, are they doing that on Collision? Because I haven't been watching it. Are there talent that they're bringing and featuring and highlighting it a little bit that they weren't on Dynamite?
Yeah, whichever one's Punk isn't fucking sending home.
That penis. Yeah, it's pretty much the same crowd. Samoa Joe, House of Black, Acclaimed, Starks, Punk, FTR,
MJF.
You know, there's more. MJF, yeah, Hobbs.
So a little bit.
Yeah, I think Thunder Rosa is going to be coming back soon.
Yep.
So what is your? I know we talked about it a bunch of times, but I'd actually like to set a precedent because at some point I think AEW is going to figure out the women's thing, and I think they're going to figure out in the form of a short-lived YouTube show. Like I think they're going to start a women's YouTube show, which I think they should.
Yeah,
I think they should have their own 1 hour show or 2 hour show on YouTube. Do it exactly your way. Produce it. The matches could be during Dynamite or the other things. I don't think it's disrespectful. Because if I don't think I'm being a sexist pig at all. Because like the women's division is cool. There's awesome athletes, but if you just make just a solely women's wrestling show, I just don't think the ratings would be there. Even now, even in 2023, I don't think the ratings would be there.
Because you got to look at the reality of pro wrestling, and I've had this talk, and I'll say it here, and people can get fucking pissed, whatever, dude. Unless you're some fucking weird creep cranking one out every time you watch these women, it sucks to say, but it's the reality is they're not the main draw. You know, like Tony gets shit on a lot, but it's like, come on, back in the day, like, you know, did you watch wrestling for the women? No, and but even now, I mean, it's not they're not popping like the men do, and it sounds that might be coming out the wrong way. I'm not meaning it the wrong way. It's just how it is, how the business has been from day one, Carney fucking days to, you know, Fabulous Moolah Mae Young fucking days to now. I mean, there's a lot of great women's wrestling going on, but mainstream American television, dude, that's hard. You know, if you want all women's wrestling, tune in to fucking what is it? Wow, Superstars. You know, Women of Wrestling. Yep. There's some good shit going on there. You know, Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers.
For a while, it felt like for a lot of the pay-per-views that the main draw for WWE was like mostly women. I mean, when we talked about the matches,
but look what happened.
Yeah,
you know, dude, Becky Lynch was the hottest.
Yeah, she was getting that pop.
All of fucking pro wrestling, and I don't know what the fuck happened. It died out.
She got hurt, and then it all went downhill.
Yeah, and it's not to say these women.
And everyone's sick of Charlotte.
Any other women. I'm just saying that it's just not there as far as like wrestling. You know,
I
sure,
agree with you.
You're a basketball fan. You love the NBA, and there's people that also love the WNBA. Mm-hmm. But is there the huge mass diehard audience for that like there's the NBA? Well, no, because it's a different level of presentation, competition, however you want to say it. I'm going to be made to look like I'm a fucking asshole for this statement, but you know, I hope people don't take it that way. But it's just the way it is.
It doesn't have the same public draw. That's all.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
like
same
you were saying.
Draw.
The WNBA isn't pulling in billions of dollars in sponsorships, merchandise, TV deals, and all that. No. We're telling it how it is. This is reality. This isn't burying women. Women are talented. There's so many talented women in the WNBA. There's talented women in wrestling. The WWE,
but there's not LeBron James in the WNBA running over people, slam dunking, and all that. You know, that's what I'm saying.
That's the draw. That's the draw. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you see women doing like stuff like you know, Kenny Omega and stuff? You know what I mean? You don't see it often. There might be, you know, there's women out there that do it, but they kind of have them hold back a little bit. I think they just let them run wild. But what I was going to say earlier is the rise to stardom like Becky Lynch had, and we saw how that came about. She was all busted up, you know?
Yeah.
And the crowd loved it, and she was riding that wave. She got hurt, went down, and, you know, I think if it's built correctly, I think someone could come in with that type of mystique, that, you know, aura around them. It's just got to be right place, right time. You got to catch lightning in a bottle. It'll happen.
Yeah,
it'll happen.
But I mean, you know, perfect example. Like I asked my old lady, like, you know, I have this conversation even with her. I'm like, well, when you think of wrestling and shit, and you being a woman, do you think of like women's wrestling? And her, you know what her answer is? No.
Nope.
And dude, that's the 99th percentile. Most people don't, you know?
No.
So.
But I think there's a place for it. So like I answered my own question. I think the best chance for them to get eyes on the product and storylines that are actually fully fulfilled instead of this like there's cool storylines in AEW and there's awesome wrestlers, but they're just like little burps of like stuff. And if I mean they tried what's it called with like before the shows, what the hell was it called on AEW? What the hell was the show called that was on YouTube that they got rid of?
Dark and Dark Elevation.
Yeah, those two. Like, do a women's, like all these other avenues of like the indie wrestling promotions have all these websites. Throw that shit on YouTube. It could be well produced. They could be awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I actually think on YouTube, because the audience are catered and they're so specific to what you like, I think that shit could thrive. I think it could be awesome.
It could.
You could let that build there and then develop it into something else, so you can give the women more of a chance to be fucking featured. I've even heard people say that, like, why not make fucking Rampage an hour-long fucking just AEW women's programming? And, hey, I would be cool with that because to me, I mean, dude, they've tried. Bodie, like they said, we were going to make Rampage must-see TV. They've still lacked to do that.
Make it 2 hours. Make the second hour just all women.
Yeah, I would rather watch fucking Collision more than I would.
Collision's awesome, though.
Yeah, it is.
Real quick, just to touch on this and just to throw this out there, they had something, and I think it could have been bigger than what it was. But when Jade Cargill was on her undefeated streak, it was the TBS title. But if that was the women's title, I think it'd have been a different ball game. I think it'd have been bigger in the mainstream. I think more eyes would have been there than have her on talk shows, have her guest starring here and there, like being a big deal. Like, no, she's not Goldberg, but dude, she's in that category. Nobody's beating her. She's the champ.
And she's charismatic. She's a freak fucking athlete.
She's built like. When I saw her, I'm like, holy shit, she's money.
Yeah,
look at her. Like, just God, she could whoop some ass.
Yeah, and you see on like her socials and shit that like she has no plans on coming back anytime soon. She's like, I'm going to take my second vacation.
I would too. You made money.
Family out in fucking Egypt or some shit.
Spend time with your family.
Yeah, there you go. But and that's a learning curve for them. They're gonna fucking mishandle some of this shit and whatever. And she's definitely a person that I could see in WWE. And will they do any better? I don't fucking know. But to me, she's really green, but she does remind me of like a more athletic version of like China, or someone like that. Someone you could take seriously, like once she got better in ring, because dude, everything else is there. The charisma, the fucking look, everything, man.
Everything.
Like, just a little bit more.
Even some of the psychology was there too. You could see it.
Yeah.
Just need to be a little bit more fluent for going from point A to point B to point C. But yeah, I enjoyed her. I actually do miss watching her wrestle. She was a powerhouse, man. She was a powerhouse. But I like Statlander, so watching her with the TBS title is just as awesome because, she's doing great with that title. I like her run right now.
I'll agree. They just needed to, and I would like, because the TBS championship is a women's championship. It's the women's version of the fucking TNT title.
Yep.
I mean, dude, create a confrontation.
Yes.
Between both champions,
Yes. And next year, we need a women's blood and guts match.
Yes.
I thought we were going to get it this year. I think you should let them go at it. Just fuck it.
And here's the other thing. When you do that, do something that's totally different and unheard of in wrestling, right? So usually if you have something like that, like, U.S. champ versus intercontinental champ, or the world heavyweight champion versus the WWE champion, right? It always ends in what? A title unification. Yeah. And I think that fucking does damage to the title reputation. Whereas if I was booking it, and I would think this hasn't been done very much, if at all, really in wrestling that I can think of off the top of my head. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments. But if you're going to do, say, the TBS champ versus the women's champ, right? They're already both champions, right? Don't make it about the fucking belts. You make it about, okay, who is the better champion? And you have them in the feud, but it ain't for the fucking titles, so we don't have to go through that drawn out fucking redundant storyline of, blending titles together, putting them together like Roman did, the Universal WWE World.
I think that killed that momentum, man. That killed a whole lot.
Yeah, dude, but for the spirit of competition, for the sake,
whole different subject, bro.
Yeah, But I just want to see someone the bragging rights. Essentially, you can still, and then that way, dude, both champions are still got their thing. You don't have to fucking try to figure out some wacky storyline to split the titles back up, you know, or to unify them and any of that shit. It's just like straight up, hey, I'm the champ here, you're the champ there. Let's fucking go at it. Who's the best? And whoever wins has the fucking moniker of, and then that also will raise that belt more.
Yeah, it will. The value of it, everything, the prestige.
Yes.
And then, please, like I said, Outcast versus AEW Originals next year, Blood and Guts. I'm telling you, right now. Book it.
We're going to see some wilted flowers in that one. That's for damn sure. Somebody going to get hurt.
Right, give me some thumbtacks and some exploding barbed wire shit. Come on. Give me the violence.
There you go. Speaking
give
of
me the violence. Give me the garbage.
What about the verbal violence, Bodie, going on in AEW? It just seems like we can't get away from this fucking shit. It's rearing its ugly head once again. Now, Hangman Page was scheduled to be at Collision this past weekend, and Ryan Nemeth. Both fucking got to the arena. Were told, hey, you know, we'll have to do this shit somewhere else, or we don't have anything for you. You know, and I've read and heard online that you know, Punk doesn't want any drama with anybody backstage. He wants to keep it professional, but then he's trying to work himself into a shoot, or I don't know what, you know, with the off-air promo where he's talking about Hangman Page is just a peg warmer. You know, no one's buying his action figures. Punk pops ratings, sells toys, merch, all that. And I'm sitting there initially, I'm thinking, hey, it's a work. A lot of people are saying it's not, you know, like a lot of big media, wrestling media sources, and which I think Meltzer's one of them. Dude, at this point, it's like, come on, man. Come the fuck on.
Typical high school bullshit.
Yeah, like Punk.
That's what it sounds like, dude.
In Nemeth's face because
you knew this shit was going to happen.
Did you see Dolph Ziggler and BTE?
I did. I saw that part. Crazy. Yeah, that was great.
He's like, you've had me on here how many times now? But yeah, Nemeth, the Hollywood hunk, for those that don't know, and I don't think his Twitter account or X account is active anymore, but after all that Punk shit, I think he made a comment about Punk being softest guy in the biz or something like that. And, you know, obviously it's still Punk's the kind of guy that holds a grudge. So got in his face or something and said, hey, you know, what are you going to do? Whatever. I don't want you. You know, whatever the fuck it was. And then you have Daniels, who's not allowed there too, Christopher Daniels. And he's like one of the heads of talent relations. What the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, because of the Ace Steel thing. Like, he's saying, like, well, if I can't have Ace Steel here, then, you know, Daniel shouldn't be here with the role he played in Brawl Out. And I'm like, dude, he wasn't turning cannibal and trying to take bites out of dudes' arms, bro.
Dude, we got to have a meme of fucking Ace Steel, come on, one of the Cenobites, you know, from Hellraiser, like the fucking.
Oh, don't worry. I got you. I got you. I got you, dude. Man, there's so much stupid shit. The Hangman thing, though, what's interesting is, one, it was clarified that Punk had nothing with him, like throwing him out or at the building or anything like that. They changed the idea for the promo.
Yeah.
They were going to do it in the building, but they were like, oh, let's do it over here instead. They said that happens often. But I guess from what else I heard from a few different sources, shout out to Hausman. He was a guest on our show. He had this up, but Punk sent an apology via text to Hangman. And he's trying to smooth things over. Like, you know, I guess the promo didn't come out the way he wanted it to, and it, you know, how it sounded. Yeah, it sounded like CM Punk being a bitch. That's exactly what it sounded like. But anyways, yeah, I guess whatever. It didn't come out the way he wanted it. Apologize to Hangman. You're still getting no points with me, Punk. I mean, good. Apologize to the man. But yeah, the Bucks don't want anything to do with him. Omega's opening to working with him. I don't know about Page. But then Matt Hardy was like not allowed there because, like, at what was it, Forbidden Door, he made it a point not to, you know, be anywhere near Punk's camp, and same with Britt Baker and stuff. I'm like, well, wouldn't you want that?
Yeah.
Like, these people don't like you,
dude.
He's a penis, dude.
We're not there. We don't know. All we could do is
I told you this shit was gonna fucking happen.
He did. He told you all, and you didn't listen. It's whatever, you know. I mean, at this point, if any of that shit is true,
typical bullshit.
Any of it is in ill spirit, I'm just kind of like, And it's a sad thing that that's the thing that is, you know, Tony Khan's fucking ineptability to be a fucking boss and say, hey, you know, fuck this bullshit.
Got to step up.
I'm a billionaire. I could probably buy whoever the fuck I want, you know? When's Brock's contract up?
Oh,
sorry, $10 million a year. I say if you're, you do that, you do some fucking seismic shift. You know, if you want to do whatever, if you know, I'm just saying what I would do with billions and billions of dollars. So, yeah, whatever.
That would be nuts. Tony Khan signs Brock Lesnar.
I know, right? It'd be ridiculous. It's something you would never think fucking would ever happen. But for those of you old enough to remember, guess what? None of us thought that we were ever going to see the red and yellow drip black and white. Those no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is all the news outlets.
Good job, Hogan. Good on you.
Just talking shit. I'm not even going to expand on what was I going to say. Didn't Hogan just celebrate a birthday?
Yes.
Let's say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the Hulkster. 70 years legend. Young, man.
Happy birthday, Hogan.
Nice.
And he's getting into the cannabis industry with Tyson and Flair. And
you know he is.
Some fucking...
Call it the Hogan. Brother, call it the boot and the leg drop. Please. Yeah. Smoke your weed. Take your vitamins. Eat your gummies.
Word on the podcasting street is I can be a news fucking dude too, and then say stuff, and then when it doesn't turn out how I said it or with any accuracy, I'm just gonna not address it.
Yeah.
Anyways, apparently Hogan has a karaoke night once a week.
Yes, Hogan's Hangout.
Yeah, he does.
Hogan's Hangout, and he's there kind of often.
Hogan's Heroes.
So I'm trying to get out to Tampa so that I could sing him a tune.
Dude, his son Nick does the DJ in there, man. They pop it off all the time. He's always cutting promos like,
well, you know something, awesome. Dude.
Oh, dude.
Hey, I come and get my new strain. Uh-oh, Jack.
Uh-oh, dude. Come and get my new strain, brother. My new strain is called Boot and Leg Drop.
Me and Brute Eye over here just walking down, taking our Harleys on our back, Jack, walking the 8 Mile Bridge, brother, to the Keys. looking to get keyed, dude.
Fucking ridiculous.
We don't need a 3 Hogan's art just yet. We got to work on those impressions.
No, we don't need it. Hey, there's something else I want to kind of touch on for AEW, and we can get off their asses for a little bit. You got Fight for the Fallen, which was this week's presentation of AEW Dynamite. It's cool. They're doing shit to help people out in Hawaii. You know, Hawaii's fucking burning like crazy, or was on fire like crazy. People have died. You know, it's nuts, man. But I like what Tony's doing. You know, proceeds from this show are going like directly to help those affected out there. Super cool thing to do. And a super cool merchandising thing to do is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match on AEW fucking Dynamite. It might not be jack shit. I mean, let's face it, us, deathmatch fans, we know what that fucking shit really is. But I guarantee you, maybe some of that shit will surprise you. I guarantee you, Jericho and fucking Nick Gage surprised you when it happened on mainstream television. So be glad that it's happening, because it's popping what you're fucking doing. Don't hate on it. But, I like, if you're going to bill and partner with anything, I would hope, hey, I want fucking Gun Media and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love Toby Hooper, made some of my favorite fucking movies. I just watched Spontaneous Combustion. It's fucking horrible, but I love it because it's fucking Toby Hooper. Like, this is fucking cool. And what a cool fucking way to promote a death match. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dude. I'm super stoked about it. Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy. Yes, it's a match that has happened in TNA 20 fucking years ago, but who fucking cares? It could be fucking cool. The Last Outlaw, the charismatic Enigma. You don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe Leather, dude. Like when they're popping Shark Week and shit, because they do all that fucking merchandising, whatever sponsorship. And you see Taz getting irritated because there's the big fucking shark behind him. He's like, "Don't you touch me! Don't you fucking touch me!" But if they do some shit like that and you get Leatherface run out in the middle of the ring like, "Ah!"
Please don't.
I'd almost wish we had a younger Terry Funk and he could do a Chainsaw Charlie.
Chainsaw Charlie. Bring him back out. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match. It's like a regular death match just with Texas Chainsaw Massacre artwork.
Yeah, but it's so fucking cool. Dude, The video game drops this Friday. Did he freeze?
No.
Nope. Just
He was giving me that 5-second phone.
Nope.
No.
dude, that game looks dope. I want
It looks dope. I've seen some good reviews. Here's my thing, though. I mean, it sucks because unless you got like a gang of buddies that have it, I mean, that game is all about cooperation. You know, the asymmetrical horror game, the genre, if you will. They kind of put a twist on it because you have 3 killers in the family going against 4 survivors. Usually in your Dead by Daylights, Friday the 13th, Evil Deads, you know, it's one.
it's the same.
You know,
thing.
it's a team against
One
one
on 4.
killer. Yeah. And Evil Dead touched on it kind of a little bit, you know, but not to the extent of what I think Chainsaw is fucking doing. It looks. I've watched a lot of shit on it in the last couple days, and it drops on the 18th. I'm gonna pick me up a physical copy, but it's all online shit, you know. Like there's no single player. There's only 3 maps in 1 mode. So if you don't communicate with people as the killers or the survivors, I mean, it's very crucial. It's probably not gonna be any fun to you, you know. Like
truth.
And that's cool, but you know what? I don't really hang out much motherfuckers online on my video games on my Xbox. You know, I kind of hate it.
Be hanging out with me playing fucking Fight Forever.
Yeah, we ain't even doing
me and my 7-star matches, bro. I'll show you the way.
Right.
You see this right here? This right here? My arm's disappearing, but it's open. It's a wing. Come on under.
Dude, you can't hold that many 7 stars anymore, man. It's fucking
man. They're falling out all over the place, dude. I feel like Sonic with 99 rings, and they're just falling out. I got 99 stars, and a bitch ain't one. Yeah. Boo.
I like it.
-5 stars.
He's telling me the other day, he sent me text. He's like, "Yeah, I got another 7-star match." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm just gonna ignore his next
out match, bro.
Yeah. Next time he texts me, I'm pissed because I'm still trying to get fucking Owen Hart, you know, in the cheap explosion. But I did.
Dude, the cheap explosion's hilarious.
I did create Muda, and you said your Muda looked fucking awesome too. I like the idea behind the Muda
dude.
X.
Yeah. You like
I was
that?
looking for people in there though that you could actually create to your fullest extent. You know, like the shit was loaded in there for them. Like, and it's kind of hard.
Started
because,
somebody.
Dude, their fucking creative character suite sucks. So bad.
It's basic, dude. Like
No Mercies was fucking more.
Well, yeah, but it had a lot of room for that. You know, when SmackDown came out, it had like a very basic creative suite. So they can add on to it, like we were saying last week. But I was going to tell you, I'll show you a picture when I'm done with them because I'm not done with them yet. I'm making like almost a spot on Kota Ibushi.
Really? Yeah, I've been looking into.
Yeah, there's
Kota.
a lot of Kota in there. And same with AJ. There's a lot of AJ styles in there.
Dude, I was able to do everything. The Muda has all his moves, taunts. He's got the poison mist, the fucking the quick.
Yeah.
Fucking elbow drops and that leg, that weird sit down leg drop he does, the hesitant stall one. Like, fuck. Love me some great Muda.
Yeah, it's got a lot of them. Yeah, me too. My Muda is the alternate dimension Muda. So he has like those moves, but they're better. And he doesn't shoot mist. He doesn't need mist. He just grabs a bag of thumbtacks.
We did about also on Fight for the Fallen. We got the Bucks versus the Guns. You got Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
for their national title.
Hey, is that title going to change? Is it going to change finally?
No.
Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to
Wheeler Yuta.
He's not ready. He's just not. It's cool. When
just keep the pure championship on him.
Yeah. And what's next time?
No, I don't think it would be Yuta.
All right. So just fucking moving on from AEW. There's a lot of cool shit coming up. All In, All Out, Fight for the Fallen. Video games still fucking fun to play. You guys know what's up with that shit. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Deathmatch. And video game dropping this Friday, August 18th. Get it? Oh, and it's also going to be in Game Pass for Xbox month of August. So you guys fucking play that shit for nothing.
Please do. Please do.
One guy I did want to talk about real quick because, dude, I loved him on the indies, and we got to see him in his match with Tom Lawler at Warrior Wrestling a few years ago was fucking amazing. Formerly known as Killer Cross, but Karrion Kross.
Yes.
a guy that was rehired. Kind of seemed like he was thrust into some potential major storylines, higher tier shit, and then it's just been kind of he's just stagnant as hell. He's like there, right? You know, like, are you feeling that too?
Yes, but I saw something that really kind of changed my mind a little bit. Yeah, he's kind of still getting a little dumped on. You know, I think he should be higher in the card or wherever he should be. I think he should be better, but I did see that there's things that he said to certain people that he wrestled that ended up happening, which is fucking pretty cool, dude. Like, he said that, you know, he was going to make Shinsuke lose his nobility and honorability, you know, and if that's even a word, I don't even know. Correct me in the chat. Give me an F. But he'll lose his honor. And what did he do? He ended up turning and lost his honor, and he did that with the bloodline like a year ago, said it was going to fall apart, and now it's crumbling apart now. And he did that with Rey Mysterio, you know, said he was going to lose his temperament, he was going to make him lose his temperament, and he ended up hitting Dominic finally. So there's things like that that are happening. So yeah, I mean, he might be not coming out with the win, so to speak, but he kind of is. He's changing people, which I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but it's been like every feud he's been in, shit has happened that he's promised. So if they are doing that, it's flying under the radar. It should be flying a little bit above the radar, actually, because that's interesting. That's really cool shit, and that should stand out.
Yeah, I agree. I hate to see the guy fucking flounder. You know, I think he's got a world of talent. He was awesome, just as Killer Cross on in Impact Wrestling, and that was an amazing. Like, why the fuck did he that fall through? You know, who was sour on that guy there? Because he would could have been huge for them. You know, if they did shit right. You know, especially you see the way they do shit and the way
should have been huge, rocking
with PCO and shit. Now, like, you know, Impact's still fucking on fire. But
yeah,
hey, everybody mishandles some shit sometimes. I think Cross is one of those guys, and he does the Jesse the body that we can't do. You know, it's pretty good. Good on him.
Don't ask me to do it, dude. I'm not gonna be able to.
Yeah, but he's gonna be one of those fucking dark dudes. But like, it's got to be a little bit different, you know. I Bray think Wyatt changed people too, you know. Like, I like if he's just kind of, I don't know, man.
I think he should be in a faction with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple other people too that he should be in a faction with. Bring in Bo Dallas.
He's fucking great. Wyatt, he reminds me of like a fucking Shao Kahn or something, you know, for some reason. Like Killer Cross, you know, like
totally.
Who is above like Shao Kahn, other than like, you know, the Elder Gods, but then there was like this fucking asshole there, big tough fucking. He reminds me of him a lot. I wish they would cast him in.
I always thought it would be who's the guy that spits the black spray in AEW?
Malachi Black.
Malachi.
I'm so good at this show. In a perfect AEW storyline world where there was room for this, Malachi Black and the House of Black would slowly infect the entire AEW roster, and the people that were tough guys. This is just like a fantasy story, and the people that were tough guys would suddenly not know what to do and become incredibly fearful, and he would dominate AEW for a little while and just beat the shit out of all the good guys and everybody, and the only cure would be fucking Shao Kahn. The only cure would be Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
And it would be cool to like reveal him, and then they could build up this fucking, you know.
Oh, there's so much cool shit they could do with that.
But dude, so much, but
with those darker characters and shit.
The Killer Cure.
Yeah, the Killer Cure.
It's just
not too many K's though. Come on, Jesus.
Yeah. He's another example of wrestling is so good.
More K's.
There's an abundance of talent in all these places, and some people are just gonna fucking slip through the cracks, especially with WWE. When you get guys that are, it'd be cool to take a 1 year storyline chance on Karrion Kross, but the people that are at the top right now are making you billions and billions and billions of dollars, and people fucking know they love it. The majority of people love it, and so how do you fuck with that? How do you sprinkle in something that? How do you give him the time that he needs? You can't.
You got to do something, because here's the thing: is you got to who's the next guy? Everybody's always just appointed, I feel, Bray Wyatt as the next guy, the next creepy, the best creepy character after the ultimate creepy character in The Undertaker, you know?
Yeah.
Where does that, I think Malachi Black and what the House of Black are doing is right there. you know, not like on par with Undertaker, but like its own thing, but like believable fucking shit. Like, hey man, these dudes are really some pagan worshiping, you know, Burzum listening motherfuckers.
Yeah. And then you got to bring in Abaddon.
Yeah, dude. She's got to be like their fucking cadaver dog. They should call her that, dude. Fucking Abaddon, the fucking cadaver dog.
Stick her on people, dude, and have her do intergender matches and just whoop some ass.
Yeah.
Dude, yes. Dude, would be sick as hell, dude.
Well, that's
I wish they would do some shit like that. And keep Julie in there too as like the puppet master.
With professional wrestling, you can do whatever you want.
True.
The storyline sticks, and if it doesn't, you adjust.
Dude,
part of the fun is the speculation. Is like, what could you do? What could you do? And then you just watch what does happen. And mainstream shit normally happens, but we are in an independent wrestling world, and places like YouTube, where the cost of production is the literal cost of the filming and the producing of the matches, and that's the cost. There's no like once you make the video. It's different from regular TV, how you still have to find sponsors and fucking time and all this other shit. It's YouTube. And so there is like, we still haven't tapped into certain, like there's tons of shit to tap into and the things that normal mainstream people actually watch. And now they have the stupid like shorts and all that shit to kill our attention span. But YouTube there's so much potential for like the cool part of indie wrestling.
Long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
Or like intricate storytelling, because dude, if you look at the best story presentations, whatever, everybody has their own opinion, formulate your own, give a fuck. I think in the last 10 to 15, probably 20 years was Lucha Underground, because there was the execution in the ring of the feuds and the way the vignettes were done, and not even the way they were done like cinematically, which was awesome. And we all know spawned all that shit that helped wrestling get through the fucking pandemic, right? Like, if we want to go that fucking deep, because we like to go dig,
it fucking go real fucking deep on this motherfucking show.
We could say that Lucha Underground is, without that, does that really fucking go over as well? It might have happened still, but you know, they had so much shit to go off of as far as execution wise, right? But what I'm saying is the stories were good. That was the perfect place for the next real Undertaker like character. What I'm saying, like dark character, whether it's straight up dark, like what's Undertaker, a fucking zombie cowboy fucking dude that was like his whole
demon.
Yeah, you know, like something a little more believable, but
undead,
dark. But before him, you had Jake the Snake, dude. Before Taker, he was like, to me, he was the creepiest.
And he was dark. Yep.
And then you had like Kevin Sullivan and shit in the 80s with the Taskmaster and that whole fucking satanic master shit. You know, like the way they did that shit in Lucha Underground, like Cross fit in good with that rabbit tribe, you know, as him being like the white fucking rabbit, like the main fucking dude, you know, like, they got to find somebody that can put shit together like that.
YouTube, this is what I was going to say. The independent wrestling is cool because it allows, there's just so much talent out there. And so if you're going to an independent wrestling show, you're going to have fucking fun. The bad side of indie wrestling is because you don't have consistent people, you barely do. You do, but you don't often. It's really hard to do a show-to-show storyline, especially if the shows are like once a month or some shit, you know? You don't get week-to-week storytelling. But if somebody did some shit on YouTube, you can go against all that. Like I assume that's what Billy Corgan wanted to try to do, but I don't know. I haven't watched it, so it might have evolved and developed. But that there was so much excitement that first season, and then it fucking
pandemic. I think fucked it up. Maybe fucked up NWA
pandemic.
And then I think there's a lot of booking decisions too. You know, don't get me wrong. I still love that they brought in Vampiro and he's working with La Rebellion. You know, Mecha Wolf and Bessia. I mean, that shit's fucking cool.
You're also in a position when you're on a smaller stage with a smaller budget like NWA. When you do get talent that are like younger, or talent that maybe the big leagues didn't catch yet, and then they see what that person can do, they fucking snatch them up. It's just part of it. But that's where you have to be a fucking next level booker, like whoever fucking does a shit for Impact or other places. Like, I mean, Impact, I don't know if I can even call it. Impact is not a little indie. Like,
no, they're not. I mean,
they're like, to me, the workhorse promotion, because the people that are there are making like an okay living.
They put in work
doing wrestling. They're, I don't know what they're making, but they're making like what the average, like, mill worker or fucking office worker is making, and they're going in, doing the thing and taping it. Nobody's balling out or anything, and the thing's rolling on. Everybody's got a contract, and so they're not changing the roster as
damn good wrestling
as much as other promotions. In India, it doesn't even have rosters. You're just fucking,
and they're blending in, like I said, the PCO shit. Like, it's great. They're running that character so fucking great, dude. He's like this, kayfabe fucking supernatural fucking dude. I don't know, like it's the French Canadian Frankenstein.
Their women's division is top notch.
But
it's the best on American television.
Yeah, women's division's top notch.
But yeah, it would be cool if I mean, it's a thing we're always going to talk about. As long as we're interested in professional wrestling, we're going to talk about storylines, because that's what it is. It's all storylines.
It's all driven by storylines.
Yeah, we're talking about movies or TV shows or any other thing.
Better be
talk about the same shit.
Storylines.
So
that's right. The motherfuckers write some good ones. Here's a storyline. Here's a fucking storyline for you guys. I just read that New Japan fucking brought in Enzo, or they're bringing him in. What do you think about that, Bodie?
I think that's just as awesome as bringing back CM Punk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there some people in wrestling, and Ryback, I would group him in there too, that just need to go away?
Yeah, Ryback, he can just stay on the sidelines, dude. We don't need you back in wrestling.
Yeah,
you fucking penis. He sucks. I never liked Ryback before too. I was like, this guy's a jabron, man. Kick his ass to the curb. Like,
he was a jabron, man. Cro-Magnon jabron.
Let him get in the whatever, the fake slap UFC shit, slapping each other on the ass and the balls, ass, and face. Let him do that stuff. He can definitely do that. And kiss my ass, Ryback. If you're listening, you're not listening. Fuck you.
Yeah. But the door's always open if you want to do an interview.
Fuck him.
Who wants me in wrestling? Huh?
Yeah.
Say me more.
What about Vikingo? What happened with him, dude? Did you find out any more on that? I just read that he passed out.
Scary.
I mean, dude, he does some scary fucking shit. It's like
he collapsed backstage after their match.
Yeah. I haven't seen any updates or anything, so I don't know if it's like dehydration or it's just like you've seen this guy do the craziest shit in wrestling, and maybe he is just exhausted after how many fucking 630s and reverse whatnots and tope suahoos, I don't fucking know.
Dehydrated.
It was dehydrated?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying it could have been that. That's a lot. I see that a lot of cause dehydration, is going as fast as you can, 100 miles per hour, nonstop. Yeah, that shit could happen.
He Ric Flaired.
Or he could have taken a shot to the dome and didn't realize he had a concussion and he went down.
Coulda.
That's what happened to what's his name?
What is his name? Bodie?
No.
God damn it!
God damn it!
You're fired.
Fucking A. He's the ROH Pure Champion.
Oh.
Shibata.
Oh. Yeah. Shabbat.
Fucking Shabbat.
Shibata, tell me who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
No, this is what happens when you get those shots to the head and you have too many concussions. You forget names.
Shibata, tell me who it is, or I'm gonna get pissed off.
Yeah, Shibata, but fire out the microwave, piss my pants, forget who I am for a half hour.
Well, dude, I hope dude's all right, because man, Vikingo is fucking the shit, dude. He has the potential to be that next level luchador, and there's so many great luchadors in this day and era. Like there weren't that many Rey Mysterios back in the day, but now everybody's had 20 plus years to grow up on him and Psychosis and Hoovy and all those guys, and just taking up a step, dude. And we got a lot of great luchador wrestlers in the mainstream now. I don't feel that gets recognized enough either,
No, it doesn't. Like, you could keep going on and on listing all the wrestlers.
Gringo Loco, man. The homie. Shout out to fucking Gringo Loco. Pro Wrestling Revolver.
Yeah, dude, getting the mocks.
Yeah.
What is it? The Luchador Deathmatch?
I think so. Yeah.
with Mox.
You know, it's got to be if it's fucking Mox is like, I don't work with you if you don't bleed. Well, don't wrestle Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, play it for me, brother.
I know we have a topic list, and I know we're winding it down, but I do want to say, in regards to watching some wrestling, I had purchased the Oculus Quest 2. I'm going to return it this week. I just wanted to test it out. See.
Oh man,
He's one of them guys.
I just want to see it, and it's awesome.
Spit on it, return
give me
it.
store credit, brother.
It's not as cool. It's not that cool. Like I could see you spend the money and fucking it collecting dust for the rest of the time. But
In-store discredit.
dude, you could watch AAA matches in fucking 360 VR. Like
Really?
ring. It's so fucking cool.
I'm down.
Really? You've done
I'm
it?
down.
Yeah, I like
Just
last
for
night.
that,
I was flipping through the videos and I was like, no way. I'm watching Ty Valkyrie ringside.
Oh, this guy.
But-
Instead of having wangs, instead of having wangs in your face, you're watching wrestling.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I would do with the Oculus. So,
yeah. They got that app where it's just like a movie screen and you just be having like
that's so sick.
a 20
You're in the arena or what?
20-foot long cock in your face.
You watch porn on Oculus?
No, hell no.
Why not?
I don't
Is
need
that true?
Shit in my face.
Like you get hit with it, like in virtual, like you know.
Oh, son of a
feel
bitch,
it?
you hurt.
What do you call that? That the
Peter
vest,
North?
the impact vest. The it starts with the H. The
I don't know.
man, they got those vests. So if you something
Like a
hits you
hit?
and you're shaking, like you could actually feel the impact and shit.
No
what's
shit.
the fucking
wow.
Hit detector? I don't fucking know.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah,
I've
you
ever
can
heard of
actually
this.
watch. The thing is, the AAA stuff, unless it's live and and they're filming it live, when they do like the clip shows or stuff afterwards, it's literally like a clip show. So you don't get a lot of context, and it feels. I'm not actually that crazy about
Yeah, but what's the visual stimuli
visually.
like? Man?
You are ringside, and they will cut to different parts of the ring, but it feel like. Yes, the resolution is not.
Man, I would love
there,
to see that
but
shit.
It's super fucking cool, dude. It's super cool.
I'd love to see
you're
live.
You're standing pretty much where the ref is standing, and then they're standing right outside the ring. Like there's what's his name? Pentagon. He did a move off a table, but like in the entrance area, and you're fucking like you're right there. Like you're fucking right there. You look. It's not the full, unfortunately, 360 degrees. You don't, but it is like it's a little bit more than 180. So I mean,
Crazy.
pretty much wherever you're looking, and you look up and down, and like you're fucking in the ring with these fucking fools.
That's fucking
It's fucking cool. It's very cool. Like coming up on him, I was like, oh, because they had like videos of John Legend playing piano or some other like
Stuff no one wants to
artsy
see.
stuff. And then
I don't
like,
wanna go to
I was
sleep.
like, oh shit, they got AAA on here.
Yeah.
And
I didn't buy the Oculus to go to sleep. Take a John Legend, get out of here.
But it is. I'll tell you what.
Came in for this action.
For meditation purposes, the graphics are like the Wii Fit and stuff. Like the graphics are that kind of graphics. It's not like great graphics.
Right.
But like fireworks and ethereal, like trippy kind of designs, that definitely works. So if you're meditating, or let's say, you guys are familiar to the shrubberous variety of medicine. If one were to partake of that and watch one of these videos, holy shit, it would be an experience. So
You had me at Oculus.
yeah. So Wallace, I might actually come over one of these days with the kit before I leave it, just to have you.
You need to.
Just to have you
You need
check it
to.
out, because I know what's his face.
That shit creeped me out in one zombie game, man. I thought they were genuinely eating my flesh, and it freaked me out.
There's a roller coaster one that's pretty cool.
That's
like,
badass.
They got some. Like,
Is there the one you walk on a tightrope from building to building?
There's a game called The Plank where you actually like stand on a plank, on a skyscraper.
you scurvy dog.
So, but it's just back to the wrestling shit. It's just a whole new way to experience it. It's
Yeah, that's all right.
fucking cool. Yeah,
Is WWE?
I want to
is this
see
anything
shit like
they've
that,
tapped
dude.
into?
That would be great.
I don't know.
Because you would think that, like, out of
They did that one year. They were doing that for a little bit.
Oculus.
This was a few yeah, they were doing this like a few years ago. I remember them having like the cameras on the outside, like right on the like not guardrail, but the boards right there.
Well, the negative part.
I remember they used to have the things out, and they used to talk about it, like the Oculus 2, like you can watch WWE pay-per-views. but then they stop.
The negative part is since you're like in the ring, you can see when they don't touch each other. You can see when. Like,
well, that's if you're at a live event. I mean, you see that too. That's
what I want to see.
But it's still fucking cool.
Yeah, I want to see that. I know how this shit works. I just want to see it. You didn't hit him big. I mean, there
are apps,
social distancing.
Yeah, there's still ways you can have your own videos. Let's say you have let's say you have WrestleMania and you put the video on your thing. They have an app that creates like a movie screen.
That's cool.
So you're in a movie theater, right? And so you make the screen as big as a movie theater screen. And if it's all your own personal video, they have an app that sets it up so that ends up being in 3D. So it's kind of cool.
That's fucking awesome. But you get all sweaty and like there's like eye socket sweat and like
you don't get that sweaty. You do get like if you got it on for a while, you're gonna get the fucking pressure things. But the Oculus 3 is coming out soon. They're fixing it. I'm gonna return it. I just wanted to test it out to see if it was worth it. But it's so novel, like that shit wears off real quick. Like you're like cool. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. But it is pretty fucking cool.
I have to check that out. You have to bring that by. Is there anything else you guys got coming up that you're interested in? I know, I think it's got to be coming soon. Invincible season 2. It's fucking gonna be dropping.
Yep.
I haven't seen an exact date, so if anybody knows, let us know. Leave it in the fucking comments. But I seen the trailer and
that soon. Yeah,
I'm getting a little hype for the Continental show on HBO. Well, it's going to be 3 parts. Continental takes place in the John Wick world, and it follows.
Oh yes, I did.
I think it's only.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember reading about that.
But the trailers look kind of cool, and I'm a sucker for the action scenes, so bring it on.
I like that. Sounds cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Totally
you guys been rocking any new music? I'm Dying Fetus too, man. Go ahead, Bodie.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm stoked on the new season of Winning Time.
Yes.
Season 2.
Yes, dude. It's
good shit. Episode 2. I just watched it.
Yeah.
Yep. Good shit.
Dude, I fucking love that show.
It's funny because I used to watch ball all the time back in the day. I was 4 or 5 years old. I was watching a lot of that. But it's funny because, like, growing up, watching that era of NBA, you knew what was going on. So when I'm, like, they show the year and what season, I'm like, oh, this is the year Magic hurts his knee and they lose to the Rockets. 2-1 in the first round. They get bounced, and then they're like, and then I'm like, but like a year later they win the championship. So, but yeah, it's good. I love that show. Show's so good.
It's great, dude. Everybody is fucking awesome in it.
No, there's a couple of horror movies out.
John C. Reilly.
We'll wait till they come out. That Talk to Me came out.
Talk to Me. Everybody there already Talk to Me. The sequel has been greenlit. I saw. Have you seen the? There's like 2 screenshots, but I think they're done with a Toxic Avenger with Peter Dinklage. And Schlack's comment, he's like, he posted the poster and shit, and he's like, blah blah blah. Kevin Bacon's on board. You still got, whatchamacallit from fucking Trauma is involved, Lloyd Kaufman, and I just hope that Toxie's not a midget. Don't give us a midget, Toxie. It's like, dude, I was like, he is a midget.
It's Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, which is weird. Like how you make Toxie a fucking
watch the movie and find out.
Magic.
I know, right?
Maybe they'll do like in Endgame where they made him like a giant. Peter Dinklage played a huge giant the size of a star.
I want to know what Kevin Bacon's doing in the film.
Dancing.
Yeah, probably.
Showing his dick.
Going invisible.
Showing his dick.
He's like, never mind.
Every movie he shows
never mind,
the
Toxie, look at this dick.
This dick.
Yeah,
hey,
here,
Toxie,
this is my mop.
Put on this Oculus Rift 2 and look at my dick. It's fucking 25 feet long.
No, please. I don't need the Oculus to get a 360 view of that sucker.
No. They have to do like a fucking, I don't even know if it could cover it. So the girth alone. No. Jesus.
Yeah, don't wear these tights either.
No, not at all. What do you think you are, fucking DLR?
Ooh.
You're not DLR. Anyways, guys, I also, real quick before we end here, want to give a shout out to UPW, Ultra Pro Wrestling.
UP'd up, yes.
Sharing a segment from last week. They have a showcase that I believe, I don't know if The details could be wrong. So, hey, whatever. We like to hang out, party, have a good time. But you know what? The details, you're going to have to go straight to the source for that. So I do know it's August 26th, I think, is the showcase. And I don't know if that's going to be happening at StarCast. Because I don't know the exact date, all that shit. Whatever. You wrestling dorks, fucking figure it out. It's going to, yeah. But thank you guys for sharing the shit and sharing the love. Once again, I'm super stoked about this fucking game. It's I can't wait to get more details because we're gonna get probably some actual gameplay and shit, and that's gonna get me so fucking hard.
Yes. By the way,
fight forever out of the water, dude. Like that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm fucking in my 40s now, and we got No Mercy Engine wrestling game wars going on. Like, all right, sign me up.
Great. I do have to give a shout out to Ultra Pro Wrestling because earlier I saw a tweet that they were referencing the old school Prima strategy guides, like for No Mercy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to get Prima strategy guides all the time. And he goes, "What would you guys think if we did something like this?" And if you're listening and watching, yes, please do. Please do it. Your own version. That would be the sickest thing ever. I need my hands on this game, like right away. This game's going to be killer. I'm going to play this and fight forever. I mean, you can't get enough wrestling games, good wrestling games. UPW is going to just be an amazing hit. I can't wait. Dude, I'm already on board. So you won me over. Here, take my money.
Take it. Anyways, you guys take that for this week. And next week, come back for a little bit more. Follow us on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, X. Remember that thing, Twitter? We repost and post now. We don't tweet. The bird is dead. Follow us on there. All right. Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, anywhere you get your podcasts. Fucking share that Amazon. Shit. Like it. Leave us a rating and review. It's really fucking simple to do. I'm getting tired of asking you because you guys aren't fucking doing it.
Leave a voicemail.
You know, we like to be that little stimulus shot.
Leave a voicemail.
Ass every fucking week. Get you going for the week. Get you ready with all the latest hot tidbits of shit you don't fucking care about. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that fucking all those buttons down there. Leave some comments on fucking YouTube and just keep spreading the word. ProWrestlingTees.com/JPWtees. Buy the shirts. New shirts coming fucking soon. September, it's fucking on. We're breaking out the Oktoberfest room. We talk about a lot of spooky shit coming up. It's going to be fucking really cool. So join us. Until next time, you sons of bitches.
Bruiser Bodie, the Juice, Shred the Savage.
And the cast of thousands would like to wish you a happy fucking weekend. Until next time, fuck off. Wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up.
You gonna do sex to me?
Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!